everybody, and welcome on into Boon ESPN for Go for Watch League Season 5.5, Week 4, where, yes, we are filmed in front of a live studio audience, especially the one from Friends. Check this out. What, you thought that love interest thing was just a bit in the credit scene? We want a quality show here, damn it. We don't lie to you like the Realto Rinswins podcast, or whatever the hell that thing's called. Realto Roundtable, that one. They're lying to you. Don't let them lead you astray, chat. Of course, as always, we are going to start with our match recaps of the last week, starting off with a game that nobody wanted to watch and nobody wanted to play. The Arizona OT is going to be against the Dorado Ducks, giving it a 3-0 to the Ducks, and I'm going to give the Ducks as much respect as they did to that game and move on to the next game already, because wowzers, I watched one map of that and turned it off. Frubble Tier exists for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just a meme. He exists in his own realm sometimes. Next, we have the Imps going up against the Chicago Cats. 3-0 victory there. The Cats really seem to have no answer for the aggression of the Iceland Imps, whether it be on that 7-man comp with the ball and Torbjorn, or just their standard brawl composition. There really seem to be no answers. Chicago Cats still looking for that first win of the season. Hopefully they can possibly get it next week. Well, I'm saying hopefully for PR terms, but I am playing the next week, so I hope not. I swear to I hope not. I don't want to be the one who lost to the Chicago Cats. Love y'all, but oof, I don't want to be that one team that did. And next we have the MS Skies going against the Welsh Whales. Kind of the surprise game of this week. The Welsh Whales making it a pretty close one. Taking the Skies to a Mat 5, where we had a 2-0 win, or a 2-0 favor here for the Welsh Whales after a very strong showing with their Torbjorn composition, seemingly a counter comp for the aggressive double shield Sombra play style of the MS Skies. But the adaptation of moving Jack over onto the Pharah onto some flyer characters really did seem to stump the Whales and allow the MS Skies to pull off an impressive reverse sweep, keeping them mental together, as well as staying undefeated on the season. Will it affect their power rankings? Who knows? You'll have to wait and see. Woo! I'm building suspension. I'm building suspension bridge. And the other game of the week that was between two quote-unquote powerhouses, we had the Punkara Pushins taking a very big win over the Awesome Mangoes in a 3-1 fashion. Very strong showing from the entire team, I'd say. Nathan being kind of the standout on the DPS, showing up especially for his SR. Purple Jesus having a very strong performance on that tank, as well as Mikey on the DPS. A great showing from them. The Awesome Anglers continue to struggle, despite their kind of, I would say the hardest schedule in the league so far, aside from the OTs, but if people think they're as good as they are, they should be putting up bigger, stronger performances. So Pushin's looking very impressive. Awesome Anglers looking not so awesome. Let this one get away. Let the bass off the line, as they'd say. Oh, drat, I lost that one. I'm not eating tonight. And in the game that literally just occurred about half an hour ago, we had the Fiji Frogs taking a very dominant 3-0 win over the Trout. Thank God, they actually tried. Impressive how they look when they actually try. Good job, Frogs. Not as good job, Trout. I think that's down here for me would probably have to be, again, Wags and Frog doing very solid on their roles, but Whalefish, the last couple weeks has apparently, I didn't see week 3's game, because I was, 30 miles into the Northwoods with no cell service and only the raging sun beating down on my snow white skin, turning me into a lobster for 3 days. The Whalefish backpack apparently has been coming in very strong here. Whalefish, think about the Frog, think about that Wags as well as the Frog, but Whalefish putting in a very strong showing this week, and from what I heard last week as well, especially on that Reaper guy. Don't take the Frog to King's Row, or you're going to run into Whalefish on the Reaper, and oh my god, that looks scary. Moving on to our power rankings, of course, brought to you as always by GGU's Axolotls. With enough fiber to kill a baby elephant, it surely is part of a breakfast. Starting off at number 10, we have the Cats. Cats. And at number 9, moving down 6 spots from, we got to keep in mind here, I didn't do any power rankings from week 3, so these are the places I had them in week 2. So when you see some big changes, because we've got 2 more weeks of data, and the price 9, we have the Troubling Trout moving down 6 spots. They lost Bunny to, I believe, just wanting to get drops and personal stuff. But Bunny wasn't really part of their best roster. And from what we've seen over the last couple weeks, this best roster from the Trout ain't the best. It's looking a bit rough. So, you know, when I said in week 2, play that clip back. Don't fuck this up, man. You got a good team ahead of you there. Yeah, I might have been wrong. And at number 8, moving up one spot from their week 2 placing, has been the Welsh Whales. A lot of people moving the Whales up a lot of spots after a fairly impressive showing against the Emma Skies, going to 3-2. But they looked good in the first 2 maps with this comp they had planned out for weeks. I live with the guy, so I knew that he had some up his sleeve. And then the Skies made one change, and the Whales could not adapt at all. So the Whales, not the 9th team anymore, but still the 8th team. If they can put together next week for 3 maps and win a series, perhaps they'll hop up a couple more spots in my rankings. But as of right now, the team that remains kind of the enigma to me, with all the skill they have, just can't quite put it together just yet. The Whales at 8. At number 7, I have the OTs moving up a spot after a couple changes here and there, mostly just because a team above them went down. But I'll also say that they had to have a 3-0 against the Dorado Ducks. The 3-0 against a team that definitely showed up with 6 players. I don't know what else you want me to say. Good job. And at number 6, moving down 2 spots, I have the Dorado Ducks. I don't know what to do with this team. This is again what I said earlier. It's that Frobble zone. You don't want to enter the Frobble zone. You know, one minute you're pogging out of control, and the next minute he's locking Bastion and sending you pics of him in the shower. The Frobble zone is not somewhere you want to be. Don't enter it. At number 5, moving up one spot from the week 2 rankings, is going to be the Awesome Anglers. The Awesome Anglers do go up a spot because their performance against the Emma Skies. But their last showing against the Pushins wasn't exactly the best. Still struggling. They're 1-3, I believe, heading in next week against the Chicago Cats. So they will be probably 3rd in their division unless the Cats can pull a major upset. So the Awesome Anglers, underperforming, I'd say, the last couple weeks. But they did have a pretty tough schedule. So I put them here at number 5 because I think they're the perfect gatekeeper teams where it appears they kind of dominate the lower teams and can't quite beat the top team. So I think they're perfect at number 5 right now without any more data. And at number 4, finally, I get to do something that I can brag about. The Fiji Frogs. They had a very strong showing against the troubling Trout this week, who I did move down to number 9. But still, when you see a team kind of in a weakened state, you stomp on them. You choke them out. That's exactly what the Frogs did. The Frogs actually realized they had talent and decided to actually try. Impressive. It looked really good. You should keep doing that. I could see you going very far if you keep doing this. Frog zone. And at number 3, finally being moved down a spot, is going to be the Emma Skies. This comes off of 2 map 5s where they went up against the Awesome Anglers and the Welsh Whales, who I don't particularly rate both either of those teams very highly. And going to map 5, it seems people are kind of starting to learn how to deal with the double shield a little bit. And any comp that doesn't seem to be double shield with the Sombra, in which Fancy does like 30k damage, they seem to struggle a little bit. And given the knowledge that we do know that perhaps might not be there coming playoff time, I don't know where to put them. I mean, they're still winning a lot, they're still undefeated, but the 2 teams ahead of them I think are just better at the moment. I could be swayed, but the Emma Skies, very solid. They're still top 3. I mean, there's not like, tell them they're bad or anything. It's just I think people are starting to kind of learn. Maybe the Welsh Whales give teams a template to perhaps force the Emma Skies to perhaps adapt a little bit, and we'll see what happens next week. At number 2, the Pinkara Pushis moving up 3 spots after some very strong showings last 2 weeks. I believe it was a 3-0 the week before, but I'm not exactly sure. Editing me, make sure to note that. And then a 3-1 win over the Awesome Anglers. I think just the Pushins look to be a very solid all-around team. Very flexible is kind of the main reason I put them above the Skies right now. They seem to be able to play all the comps well. They do play the dive, the brawl especially, and the double shield at very high level. That comes off of the flexibility of their main tank PJ, as well as their flexibility DPS player Mikey. It seems that they can play really anything. Ribro showing a very solid performance, especially against the Anglers. And Nathan seems to be kind of a gem here right now in the league. Kind of coming in lower SR, but putting in some very great performances on that DPS, on the hit scan especially. The Cassidy looking very strong, and the Reaper. So Pushins, good team. Number 2. Yeah. And number 1, the Ice and Imps. What do you want me to say? They 3-0 the Cats. As expected, the Ice and Imps, good team. And of course, that was our power rankings. Usually that's where we're going to end the episode, but of course, this week I want to try to introduce a new segment called Booney's Biggest Boy. This is kind of my player of the week / MVP. So, hey, shoot me a DM if you want to nominate somebody, because this week I went off the absolute goop. Because the Booney's Biggest Boy, you gotta, and you know, it's the first time we're seeing it, so Booney's gotta win it. Not because the team won, not because he played particularly well, but because on map 3 of Route 66, he hooked Mikey. I don't like referring to myself in third person, but he hooked Mikey and had the balls to type Bozo in chat after being down 2-0 and getting dominated in the first 2 maps.
Hello, Bozo.
The absolute balls I had in that moment would crush a horse's spine. So therefore, I get Booney's Biggest Boy because it just makes me feel just a slightly bit better. I'm still I have a 100% win rate on Hog this season on maps. I don't know how. BOON1ESPN in week 4. We thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to get more Go for Watch League content. We hope everybody enjoys their week off here. Happy 4th of July. Go America, baby. Oh my god. And in case we don't see y'all before the end of your week 5 matches, best of luck in the final match of the season going in the playoffs. Of course, seeding is all up in the air right now between all the teams. A lot of clinching scenarios. So make sure to tune in the Go for Watch League Twitch channel so you can get all those updates. I'm sure Nuttier somewhere in the general chat has posted the entire scenario in which every team can claim every seed, because boy's dedicated. I'll give him that. Boy's dedicated. Thank you all so much for watching again. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great rest of your evening.